Welcome to Intentionally Dense. I'm your host, Brock Hatterley, B Cubed to be more precise, and joining me is your co-host,
Adam Bringhurst, a man of many names, but you can call me Bringles.
This podcast, unlike many others, has a purpose.
We talk about the ins and outs of high school and how being dense is not that hard.
Real.
Pause.
Oh, finally, an upgrade.
Open the freaking door.
Dude, sorry I'm late.
Welcome
to Intentionally Dense. How you
How
doing,
you
Adam?
doing, Adam?
This is crazy, bro. I
Ah!
Okay, well, that was not scripted.
We lost our fuzzies.
So we lost the fuzzies, but we have a guest.
We have a guest.
Welcome. Sit down. You cooking? Welcome.
Thank you.
You should talk into the mic like this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we have a couple questions for thine brother. I'm glad you're on our podcast. How does it feel to be on?
Yeah. Yes.
Feels great. You're getting distracted by this. I need you to look at me.
Okay.
So we have our first question.
Okay, time to go.
You live pretty far away from the school, correct?
Yes.
Where do you live?
Around.
You got to.
We can't ask him that.
Oh, okay. Legally, we cannot ask you that. So, you're getting an L from the studio audience.
Great.
Yeah, you should talk.
Okay. I'm sorry. I will.
But I want you to tell us what not your first, but what does a typical day look like for you? Around
I go to school
SVHS?
and I go home and I play Smash Bros. And I sleep a little bit.
You sleep a little bit. We're gonna cut real quick because so this has been everywhere, but
This has been intentionally. They probably didn't hear that joke because I don't have a microphone.
we need to get a bigger budget. We gotta go, so we're gonna cut back in just a couple minutes.
It will be
So-
like nothing for you.
Nothing for you guys, but for us, it'll be about like 4 minutes. So, love you. Bye. And we're back.
Back.
We are back.
We are farmers.
You shut your mouth.
Holy frick! I've got 635.7
Balls.
Anyway, so we were gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
First question was, how does your day look at SVHS?
So, like, to put it basically, I go to school and I play Smash Bros. So, like, honestly, there's not really any explanation to that.
So there's no academic like things that are happening in your school day.
Well, nothing important to me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like, there's like math and stuff. And my mom like bangs me about it.
Well, like, so your mom's like telling you to like get your grades up and stuff, right?
Yeah, but I don't really listen.
That's not very nice.
Yeah,
Well, like,
should.
I listen to her. I just don't like
Shout out to my mom.
do as the mother
I love you.
commands.
You didn't sniff the gas.
I didn't sniff the gas, Mom. I swear I didn't sniff the gas. But we have another question.
Yes.
You are a junior drum major this year, in the marching band. I want you to tell me what is that responsibility like, and I want you to take me through what it takes to be the junior drum major of 2023 and 2024.
Okay, so they're like the surface things that like you kind of have to do everything that like any like buddy needs you to do. So like if any like band member like needs you to do something for them, whether it's related to band or not, it's pretty important that you do it. I mean, it's not a requirement, but it's just kind of
It's just I feel
it's an
like
expectation.
because I tried out for it, but obviously I didn't get it. But he said that it was it was they said with drum major, obviously you have to keep the band in line and keep them from going astray and like quitting band and like help them through what they have. But you also have to look at the aspect of you don't know what they've been through. Like take a kid that like some things are happening in his family that you like can't control, and you can also like you obviously can come up to that kid and be like, hey, what's going on, man? And
Yeah.
that's a big responsibility. And that's one thing that I was like prepared for. I was like, if a kid needs to get driven home, obviously you would drive them home, right?
Absolutely. When I can drive.
When you can drive. Which brings me to my next question.
Yes.
And
I was ready for
there's
this.
2 people in the audience right now. You failed your driver's test literally today. Tell us what that's like.
I hope this video doesn't go viral so I can explain this.
Okay.
Brock, stop just
So
putting both of them.
Okay, continue.
yes, okay. So to put it basically, I went through the driving test, and we were getting to the very end, and there was like kind of like this last like intersection there, and we were pulling up to a stop sign. But then the lady in the car was like telling me where to go, right?
Yeah.
And she was just like, okay, just keep going. And so I kept going, and then she was like, oh, you missed the stop sign. And I was like, really? Like, she told me to keep going, and then got mad at me for missing the stop sign.
I hate that. Wait,
Yeah.
is it what does she look like?
A lady?
She looks like Brie Larson, right?
I don't know who that
Doesn't
is.
she look a lot like Brie Larson? Captain Marvel.
Yes, I think
She looks
so.
so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
like Brie Larson, dude.
Yeah.
Lady for DMV.
So
Yeah.
so it was that lady, and
Brown hair.
we got to the end, and I parked, and she was like, you know, you're one of the best drivers I've ever had here, but I can't pass you because you ran the stop sign.
Yeah.
We may need to cut here.
And we're back with Jack.
That was funny. Back with Jack.
His name is Whitey.
You know what this reminds me of? That, but also the you know what I'm saying?
Nope. I get it.
Put in that sound
Yeah,
effect
me
if it's
too.
right here. But then you failed your driver's test.
Yes, I'm
So
very
when I did the written test, but I did the like iPad test where you had to go up to like the things.
Yes,
and, like,
yes.
I failed that 4 times.
I failed that 3 times.
I failed it 3 times.
Well, okay, I passed on the 4th, I should say.
I passed on
We all did that.
Mine was my motorcycle test.
We're
Let me
crazy.
tell you this story.
I was in the DMV.
Let me tell you this
Remember
story.
that?
Let me tell you this story. My family was going to Yellowstone on a motorcycle trip, and I had failed the test 2 times already. I had performed flawlessly on the maneuverability test, whatever that's called, for my motorcycle license, but the test on the computers would stump me, and I took it twice one day, failed them both, and then we were just like, okay, we're gonna go on this trip today, whether you make the test or not. And I failed the test the first time, and you can get 6 questions wrong before it's a failed test, and I got 5 out of the 6 wrong on my second test and barely passed. And then we literally went straight from the DMV to Yellowstone the very day that I barely got my license. You reset.
I did.
You said you wouldn't.
I said I would.
And
So, when do you plan on taking your test again?
Next week.
The mic's on the wrong side. There you go.
next week. So the lady said like usually like they'll make drivers that fail the test like to wait a month.
Yeah.
But because like of like the situation that happened, she just rescheduled me next week.
Yeah. That's cool.
It's kind of bull.
So a question that I have for you, we've seen you, well, okay.
Whoa.
So we filmed, and this is just like a cool behind the scenes sort of thing, but we filmed I'm not going to make it. Just go. That was close. Okay, we'll try again. We filmed our season finale a couple days ago,
Yes.
and it was like fabulous, obviously. It was
Absolutely.
more,
'Cause you were in it.
oh,
It was actually
yeah.
kind of weird.
It was really weird. It got really weird. There was only like a little bit of podcasting. that went
Probably
on.
the best day of my life, honestly.
Seriously?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. Well, this will probably be out by, or the season finale will be out by the time this one's out. But how do you feel about? And I know you haven't watched many of our episodes, but how do you feel like this podcast is going to do in the coming months of the school year?
I should probably know this, so I'm gonna ask a question first.
Yeah.
Like what are your expectations from this podcast? What do you like want from it?
So we want mainly to be in the yearbook.
Yeah, that was what was I gonna say.
I was gonna say our main goal is just to be mentioned in the yearbook.
No, but we just want to spread a message and get like.
What are we gonna say? What's our message? No, just off the top of your head, give me the moral of this podcast. I don't want to hear it. Okay?
No, let me
No,
speak.
shut up.
Let me speak. Let you speak.
Let me speak.
Let you speak.
We talk about the ins and outs of high school.
Look at this guy. This guy.
Oh, I just slapped my knee.
I hate everything.
Me too.
Speaking of hating,
Which one?
Speaking of
What is your favorite thing about being an SEHS?
I think okay, so this is probably like a popular opinion.
Yeah.
So you've probably heard this quite a bit. But I just think like school board decisions are kind of bad and they don't really listen to the students or anything.
Yeah,
And they kind of just do what they want.
A government.
And
It's a government run.
I strictly disagree with what they do.
You disagree.
Yes.
Well, what do you think about the trimester system?
They made it even worse.
To be honest, I really don't like it because
Yeah.
I don't know how my electives are going to look for the next 2 trimesters.
Mhm.
And I hate that, like, I was in Mr. Taylor's class, and he's just like, guys, I didn't want this to happen, and I really was hoping for the block system. And I'm like, yeah, why would they change it? If it's been perfected and been so long that it's been perfect and, like, hasn't been messed with, why would they change it now?
Yeah, and they could the school. So my mom went to like one of like their meetings, like talking about it, and they legitimately could not provide the parents a good reason to why they're switching over. They're just doing it because they can.
Not to be arguing in the sake of trimesters, but I feel like it's not like there's literally no reason. Because everyone was concerned about, like, you see your teacher on a Wednesday, and then if it's like a 4-day weekend, you don't see him again until like a long time away. And you would see a certain teacher for an elective or for an essential class only 2 times a week because we almost never had Fridays. So, not that I love the trimester system, but obviously the block wasn't completely perfect, even though a lot of people did love it. I would have been fine to finish my high school years with the block schedule, but we got tries, so here we are now. But you guys have to deal with this for 2 years. I'm out of here this year.
Yeah.
So what I did like about the trimesters is, and Jaden said this too. Shout out to Jaden Robinson. He was our second episode, first guest. He's like 60 minutes is like enough time that like you get bored of the class and you're like, oh, time to go to the next class. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah, but there's not enough time, which is what I loved about the block schedule, to do my homework in these classes. And I've like never really had to do homework before because I could usually just do it in the class. And then this year, I'm doing a lot of homework and it just totally sucks.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said that you're doing a lot of homework and it totally sucks.
How'd you know?
Because I listened to you.
I thought you were entranced by your game.
I'm not gaming right now.
You're gaming.
Ooh. Why?
That is one heck of
Maybe
an
the,
audience.
the microphone maybe didn't pick that up. We don't know.
Um,
I don't have any.
So the marching band season is coming up quick, and if you don't know any SVH news, hopefully we can get some. Yeah, SVHS.
You said SVA.
Star Valley High.
School.
Hi.
Hi.
No, that's just like when you've been here all day and you're feeling on top of the world. You're
Yeah.
probably not hearing my jokes because I'm not in the microphone.
Yeah. Well, so Thursday, which is tomorrow, is going to be the Powder Puff Games. So if you can't make it to that, too bad for you. And the marching band is going to march at halftime.
They're not going to know this before tomorrow.
Well, that's
Post this
okay.
tonight.
Are you posting?
Hopefully. Okay.
Okay.
Voices. Can't
Friday.
hear her.
Yeah. The Friday school, or not Friday school. We have school this Friday and homecoming. Go and support your Braves. But leading to that, how do you think the Braves are going to do tomorrow night?
Okay, so this is kind of like a interesting thing. So I feel like the marching band is a lot farther progressed this year up to this point than they have been in previous years. So like we're doing really good in progression, but as like we've been told, there are a lot of those like marchers or people that just like can't figure it out. They can't march right, can't march in time. They kind of just walk instead of march.
Yeah, and that's a big issue because we are a marching band and not a walking band.
Yes, absolutely. So it's like kind of rough. So like just in general, we're a lot farther progressed, but people will notice mistakes even more specifically because we have so many great people with just like an occasional bad marsher, which really sticks out.
Yeah, and Mr. San said this, I think it was yesterday or something, but he said the human eye is a predator, and its main like focus is so when you're walking out onto the field and you have everybody in step, and there's one guy that's not in step, your eye immediately goes to that person, and that really affects the band because it's like you have this beautiful arrangement of all these marchers doing the exact same thing and in step, and you have one or two freshmen or just even seniors that haven't had as much experience or haven't tried hard enough to like be out of step, and it just looks awful.
Say I'm supposed to be like watching the senior drum major Kylie, and I notice when people are out of step, which doesn't even make sense. So just like it's just really noticeable. It's bad.
Yeah.
Do you at all, as being a drum major, do you miss marching in the show with everyone else?
Oh yes, I never realized how much I love. Like you don't realize how much you love something until you
Till you
lose
don't have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I miss marching. I wish I could march. But I guess like whenever I interviewed, I kind of had that understanding that I wouldn't be able to march if
Yeah,
I
like it would
had,
be
had
over.
made the role. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Daxon told me to audition, but I was like, I don't want to be like up in front of the band responsible for all those people just to like watch me the whole time and count on me. And I just also didn't want to not be a trombone anymore. And I don't want to sound like selfish or anything, but it's not like I make or break the trombone section, but I just love it so much that I want to be there, you know?
Yeah. And then like on top of like the whole like marching band scenario and rewards, it's just something I kind of been thinking about. So whenever like we get a reward on the plaque, it has my name and Kylie's name on the plaque, and that's it. And I actually strongly disagree with that because we didn't earn the superior.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing if you could just get like a really big plaque.
Yeah.
To have all the names.
To have
on it.
everyone's name, that
That'd
would be
insane.
amazing.
That'd be
Or if it was just a plaque with maybe Mr. Sand's name, or if it was just a plaque that just said Star Valley Band,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah. We could, like, every year we get a plaque. We could take down those big like sound absorption things and just put a plaque up there instead.
That'd be pretty cool.
So you've been through a lot of. I'm pretty sure you've seen like your brother. Your brother was in marching band, right?
Yes,
How many of your family have been in marching band?
just my brother.
Just your brother. And how many shows was he in?
4.
4 of them.
Well, yeah, technically 4, but there was COVID one year, so it was like altered.
Was that
but
his?
That was his senior year.
That was his senior year. So he was in. Sorry, I named the shows. I don't know if you go freshman to senior year.
For Scott.
Yeah, it was like, wasn't it Les Mis?
Yeah, so Les Mis. And then, so I know that one was an excellent rating, and then the next 3 in a row were superiors.
Les Mis was an incredible show. Like I watched it, but the thing that I think, and my sister was in it.
You think your sister passed the superior?
No, it was the color guard. It was the color guard. The color guard. She's like, like when they have the rifles and they do like a double flip or whatever, and they catch. My sister could do that better than all of the color guard. Which is really bad. Like I'm so grateful that we have the color guard that we have this year and all of our high school career years. But what was your favorite show to watch or be in?
I loved Caliente.
Yeah. That one
was-
hits
It
hard.
was
That
a
one
really
hits
good show.
really hard.
I still get the music stuck in my head occasionally.
Mhm.
And it's not like one of those annoying, like, oh, this song's stuck in my head. It's like a heck yeah. Like, I'm vibing. Yeah. Love this
100%.
song.
For me, Caliente was like, and like freshman year, obviously I was really annoying. I'm still really annoying, and I know a lot of people don't like me in band, but freshman year was really powerful for me because I walked in and everybody, like, I looked like my brother, but everybody thought they saw a ghost. It was like, whoa,
Well,
but freshman year it hit hard because I was just like, this is tough. Like, this is, like, to put on a good show is tough. And the marching wasn't even that hard. Like, the marching was like, eh.
yeah, because the music was advanced, so the marching wasn't as complicated.
Yeah, I looked back at the Caliente sheet music recently, and I was like, we played this?
It was hard.
When I was a sophomore?
It was really hard.
I remember my freshman year of marching band. I really just kind of looked up upon the seniors because we had 3 awesome trombone seniors, and one of them was your brother, and I didn't like have too many of my own age for like freshman friends in the band for I can't really remember. It was like 3 years ago, but I remember that it was just a super awesome show. I remember I loved the music for I Believe, and sometimes when I'm like just doing like studying in the library or something, I'll pull up the music to I Believe, and I'll listen to it, and then I'll listen to Caliente, and then I'll listen to Land of the Free, but I can't find Land of the Free on YouTube. J.W. Pepper. Okay. Here you go.
Land of the Free was okay, I guess.
The third part was so fun.
It was so incredible, and the reason why I loved this show so much is that third part was like a vibe, right? And we got to dance through all of it, right?
Last year's?
Of last
Yeah, I
year's.
love those like freestyle dances.
All the like third part, we did like a jazz number. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we this year we get to dance a lot, which is really fun, and hopefully visually it looks pretty good. But how do you think we're gonna do at state?
If people like figure out all the marching stuff and like get that fixed,
All the dynamics too, and the music as well.
I strongly believe we can score really well.
Hopefully, hopefully maybe we can get a caption award for something.
Ooh, that'd be super
That'd be
cool.
insane. For like, do they give them for like? I wonder what the categories are.
Section, right?
Sections and yeah, that'd be sick. All right, so second to last question. What has been your favorite thing about 2023 so far?
Ooh, I think just this last summer was kind of phenomenal. Just lots of activity going on. It's been, super fun just like trying out new things, doing different stuff.
Yeah.
went to new places over the summer. I'm trying to think of like specific examples, but I can't on the spot right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think everything overall was just really good. And school year starting was a little slow, but I like love whenever we have Wednesday night practices.
Oh,
It's
100%.
fun to see progression because I'm just like watching it from start to end, which is actually something I don't love about drum major, because I wish I could be doing it with you guys. But instead, it feels like I'm kind of just watching everything happen, even though I like do my best to do everything I possibly can. It just seems like there's only so much I can do. So.
That was a hard thing for Maddie is she gave her senior speech at the hotel and she said she hadn't got to march for 2 years and that like broke her heart. Like she was like, it sucks that we don't get to march or I don't get to march with you guys. And I'm like, that does suck. And that's the reason why I was like kind of debating on trying out because I was just like, I don't really want to lose this because it's awesome. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tons of fun.
100%.
In that same like kind of question of like what's it going to be like as you're now a drum major, like for life, you cannot, well, I mean you could, but you're like for performances you're not marching anymore. But I just realized like a few days ago that as a marching band kid, I've never like just watched a show. I've never just sat head on and watched a marching band show. Like at state, we watch all those other all those other Wyoming bands, but we're watching them from the side, and then we have sometimes UW come perform to the side section
Yes.
where we sit, which is awesome. But I've never just sat and watched an actual marching band performance, so I think I might ask Sand if I can like go around into the audience section for one of the numbers this year. But I think it's like taped off or something, right, in the event center.
Unless you have like family members over there that you want to go see that you can't see.
My parents said they would come to this since it's my senior show, so I guess I can watch some show over there.
All right. Wrapping it up. Any special people that you want to give a shout out to?
I wouldn't say any specific people, but just the whole band.
Real.
You guys are amazing.
You know, it's not just band people that watch this, right? You say you guys, but there's actually like a ton of people. There's so many people that watch this podcast.
You other people are pretty cool too.
You're fine.
Thank you.
I would smash.
Real.
Yeah, like Smash Bros.
Smash
Yeah,
Bros.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Who are your characters in Smash Bros?
Oh, okay. Kind of. It's.
Oh.
It's gonna turn into a 4-hour podcast.
Just a rundown real quick.
Yeah. So I kind of play a lot of characters just for fun, and I could like comfortably play a lot of characters in tournament because I play in tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
What are your earnings?
I haven't counted.
But you have earned.
I have earned.
He's a professional.
Real. He's really good.
So my best character is Terry.
Terry.
He's a DLC. Most of you probably don't know what that means. And then I have a couple of retired characters. I've retired Kazuya. I've retired Lucina. And I've retired Chrom.
I didn't know you
and
made Chrome.
and Pikachu. I've also retired Pikachu. But all of those characters are fun to play. So I'm kind of in a character dilemma trying to figure out like who I should main, or so like second and third. So I play Terry, and I've decided I'm gonna second Diddy Kong. But there are still a couple of matchups that both Terry and Diddy Kong can't beat. So I need to find a third character to cover the rest of those matchups. A lot of those like better options consist of like sword characters, which I'm not super interested in. So I will need to find some sort of balance with that.
Yeah.
But other than that, just for fun, I play Wario. He's one of my best. I play Mario, Fox. Trying to think. I play some Sora, but not a ton. But I can play almost every character at a good level.
Yeah.
just like really good understanding for every character in the game, which kind of helps me beat them in tournament too.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of a reason why I play a lot of characters, so I can understand play styles. I struggle against like zoners, campy projectile characters.
Yeah.
Samus, Isabelle, Pac-Man, Mega Man, characters like that. But
Yeah.
I've been getting better. I also really struggle against campy Luigi players and King DDD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of my good friends is very good at King DDD.
I hope I never meet him or her.
Gaze
But yeah,
upon
that's
his existence.
that's most of what I have. I like to play. I guess Hollow Bastion. It might be my favorite stage, or Town and City. I feel like they're very skill-based maps.
Yeah.
Especially Town and City. You just have to have a good understanding. It's a bigger stage, so there's more space to play on. Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of the basics.
Yeah. Well, any people that you want to pop up on screen right now?
Like, do you have any socials you want me to know about? Do you want to be famous?
Oh, are you saying like account information?
Like Instagram or
Yeah, I don't right now, but I plan on starting it up pretty soon. So maybe you guys could
yeah,
put that out once I start.
maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
hopefully. Well,
Awesome.
make sure you
guys are
follow
clutch.
this one right here.
What? You go to him?
No,
You go to Whitey?
this one, Star Valley Marching Band, and then also Marching Band.
Alright, cool. What else?
And no, all right. Well, this is cool.
That sounds pretty bad.
That is really bad. Sorry, we have trumpets playing next to us, and they kind of sound like